two.
That's smoother than a baby's behind right there, y'all.
Really?
You never heard that expression?
Oh, we heard it before.
And trying here for two. Got to go. He's hit both money balls. He's hit both of them.
See how he gathers his feet? Look at the follow through, the extension.
Man,
He shoots the basketball the same way every time.
we always have the argument, Kevin, the better player and shooter, Reggie or Ray Allen. That's like in any basketball camp, any barbershop.
What did you say?
Any basketball camp barbershop, who's better, Reggie Miller or Ray Allen? Who would you take in the draft?
I'll take Reggie Miller.
I'm just saying.
And
That's always it.
and I'll explain why.
And I will explain why. I will say why other people say Ray Allen.
And I mean no disrespect to Ray Allen. He's a great player, but I can't remember one big shot he's hit. I can remember a bunch of big shots Reggie Miller's hit.
I will say this. The one thing that he hits some big shots. He's broken
Well,
NBA
look at this
finals.
middle rack. You talk about big shots. He has 20 points, and he didn't even get to shoot the last money ball on that last rack. But this was his best rack of the 5.
He did hit 10 in a row.
The one thing that's been consistent between as Mom reacts to what's going on, they say taking people off the dribble, he's a little bit better. But I said Reggie lived at the free throw line more than him.
Ray Allen is number 1 so far. James Jones is number 2. Upcoming, Durant, Wright, and Pierce as Saturday night from Los Angeles continues on 2011.
Wow. I've never seen those dunks before.
2007, he was a high school champion. 4 years later, participating here and through. 3 performers, Allen, Jones, and Gibson. Ray Allen, number 1. Here he is, the reigning scoring champion in the NBA and leading the league in scoring this year, Kevin Durant.
Well, more of a score. I'm not quite sure of the guys remaining. Anyone can knock down 20. But if there is one guy being a scorer, it could be Kevin Durant.
You know, I think Carmelo Anthony is the best flat-out scorer in the NBA, but this guy to me is second.
Yeah, I still said I'm going to stick by my word. In another year, he's going to be the best player in basketball.
He certainly had a great summer.
Well, he better kill LeBron James, then.
Put a hit out on him. See, this event, though, he is a great long-range shooter. You know, Kenny, you talked about it. He uses a lot of legs in his shot.
A lot of legs. That's not his natural shot that he's doing right now.
You're absolutely right.
That's not the shot that he takes in a game. So he's trying to alter his shot because he knows there's so many racks. Because even when you practice on your own, you take game-like shots. But when this is unrealistic, shooting off a rack, grabbing a basketball.
You know, a lot of this is like when you go to the Major League All-Star game when those guys are doing the home run derby. They switch up their swing just for that, and they'll tell you when they come back to playing regular baseball, their swing is messed up from participating in that home run derby. Same thing here, because that's not his normal gait when he's taking threes during the game.
You shot your regular shot in this, though.
I got to call Scott Brooks and Merchant. We got to trade him, Bomb. 6 points.
Again, he's more of a scorer as opposed to shooter. Yes, he can knock down threes, but
here's my sleeper.
There's Durant Wright, leads the NBA in 3-point field goals made at 135, and he's attempted more than anybody else.
Good start.
You got to make this money ball, though.
Yeah, you got to make that ball.
There you go.
I told y'all.
He's right online. His shots are online. That's what I look at.
Yeah.
You know,
look at the follow through.
Am I online?
But look at the ball. Look how it's spinning.
Good.
You see how it's spinning? That's a natural shooter, how it's all going in one rhythm. It's not like a knuckleball. The follow through is there.
Wait, Kenny had an NBA record shooting his knuckleball.
Yeah, that's true.
Goes
I
in.
used to call
Tell
it the
him it goes
tornado.
in.
When a tornado came to your town, you better watch out.
You know, we had a little gig about the Kenneth Smith era earlier.
Era, have an old era. I appreciate that, Chuck.
Trust me, you don't want to know the era.
Okay. Well, he started out well, but he's freezing up a little bit too. The key is in this contest, would you agree, Red?
Yeah.
When you miss one, you got to let it go out of your mind.
Absolutely. And that's why Ray has the advantage here. He's been shooting the same way for 30 years. This is what he does. So nothing's going to faze him.
Because the one thing, like I said, when you're out here, Kevin, on this island by yourself and you miss 2 or 3 in a row, and you don't have anybody to pass it to or make a shot for you to get yourself going again, then all of a sudden you're like, the world is watching me miss. The world is watching me miss. and then all of a sudden you don't shoot the same way.
Well, and Ray is saying so good.
That's the
good. Oh, look at Paul. He's feeling the love here.
Isn't he from LA?
He's from Inglewood.
And he's the defending three-point contest champion. Here he goes, Paul Pierce of the Boston Celtics.
Well, certainly if he could put a number up here, he can move
he's gonna
to the finals.
He's going to put a number up. He'll probably go 14.
You want to go back with that?
He's going to go 14.
I'm not quite sure he'll get 10.
Wow. 3. Oh, my God.
There we go. This is his spot. This is where he sets up usually when he's getting ready to close the game for the Boston Celtics.
That's all.
He's got to finish strong here.
Reggie, just put some sneakers on and really you against Ray. I'd like to see you against Ray right now.
I would too. That'd be a great contest.
Because shooting is one thing that doesn't leave you.
You're absolutely right.
You still shoot, Reg?
Yes, I do.
You do, yeah.
You got to stay in shape.
Yeah.
I always say, shooting's like a good lady. Stays with you your whole life.
Wow. Come on, don't let them lead, Charles.
Are you kidding me?
Hey,
he hit the last 3 for 12. He's still alive. Paul Pierce.
Kenny, please don't ever say that again. Because I was already going to stab you in the heart, dude.
Hey, but you know what your jumping ability's like? Get there. It's like those girls in the club. They only hit with you with the lead when you're in the league.
Kenny.
That's it.
And look at Paul Pierce, the defending champion. He needed those last 3 balls to go down.
He needed that. So this is going to be a Boston Celtic.
Yeah, that's what happened. I was going too fast.
We got Wright,
2 of the 3.
Allen, and Pierce. Those are our participants. The defending champion, the all-time three-point shooting champion in the NBA, and then Darrell Wright.
Wow.
With Charles Barkley firmly in back of him, pushing him on here at the Foot Locker three-point contest.
I was in school when the ship.
We got our 3 finalists for the three-point shootout. By the way, go to NBA.com to chat with Shaquille O'Neal during All-Star Saturday night. He's chatting with all kinds of people all over the world tonight. So Charles's guy, Wright, is gone. We've got...
Oh, he's gone?
Yes, Reggie and Kenny.
There goes your Golden State hopes.
Have got Ray Allen, James Jones. Reggie's protege is in. We begin with Paul Pierce, who got 12 and just got by Darrell Wright.
He was the last shooter, so he still could be on a roll and be warm.
Or he could be tired and get cold. But I think this is where Paul shines in games. When the lights come on and you got to play a little bit, everybody's putting a little bit more emphasis on you. So we'll see if these knock down these shots. They have 2 big money balls.
This is the spot that he was on fire in that first round.
Yeah.
Again, this is where he normally operates at the top of that key, operating, getting ready to close games.
I think he's worrying about the time a little bit too much. He's speeding his shot up. There you go. Slow it down, Paul.
He is having a career year shooting 50%, over 50% from the field this season.
Wow.
Oh, there's going to be some trash talking in that locker room. This is a good final round for Paul Pierce. He needs this red, white, and blue ball because this will put pressure on Ray. 20 will put pressure on Ray.
But 18 is a good number. He had 12 the first time, 18 the second, as the great Celtic Bill Russell watches from the sideline.
The greatest Celtic.
The greatest Celtic.
In that corner where he seemed to get going as he started off getting 3 points.
That's a good enough score for second place.
But this is the advantage you have going first, because now James Jones knows he has to get to 19 at least.
Paul Pierce at 3 money balls as Dwayne Wade watches, and here is his teammate James Jones, who's from Miami and went to the University of Miami.
Kenny, would you say getting off to a quick start is huge in this event?
Huge, because everything is predicated on confidence as a shooter. And the slightest thing throws your confidence if you're not 100% sure of yourself. And James Jones is a great shooter, but the lights haven't always been on him as being the shooter.
So far, 2 good racks by James Jones.
And you see that 18 is